let's take a minute and talk about one of the greatest shams and major hypocrisies in United States presidential history. The Biden COVID hypocrisy. You see, when Joe Biden took office on January 20th, 2020, he told us that COVID was a dire threat. It was a clear and present danger to the United States. And it was such a national emergency, this virus, this pandemic, that drastic measures had to be taken. In fact, Joe Biden, for the first 10 months of his presidency, shut down the northern border with Canada. He told the world, all those fine folks living in Europe and Africa and Asia, well, everywhere, you can't come to the United States. You can't visit us. You can't spend your money. You can't enjoy our country, help our economy, and live your life. Now, you can't do any of that. Why? Because COVID is too dire a threat. You're going to spread COVID. You're going to kill Americans. Sorry, but you can't come. You'll have to wait indefinitely whilst we combat this virus and try to end this pandemic. So while he and Tony Fauci and the other liberal overlords and elites were singing from the same sheet of music, what was happening on our southern border? Well, Joe Biden hasn't gone, so let me tell you. Chaos, sadness, and pain. People from countries with very low vaccination rates were flooding across the Mexican border into the United States and entering our country illegally. Were they denied entry or thrown back if caught on American soil? I thought COVID was a huge threat, but no, quite to the contrary. They were welcomed and housed and fed and given money and then flown or bused anywhere they wanted to go in our country. Most of them weren't even tested for COVID. And those that were tested and some that were positive, but they were still allowed to enter the United States. Folks, you can't make this stuff up. But what about the dangers of spreading COVID? What about fighting a pandemic? And any level-headed person knows this, allowing 2 million people to come into your country and then literally using hard-working taxpayer dollars to transport them all over the country is not how you fight a pandemic, but it's the exact way that you would spread one. For over a half a year, I've been begging anyone on the left, anyone, to defend this disastrously dangerous and incoherent and totally hypocritical policy. So far, literally, no takers. Because it's indefensible. Joe Biden has proven that left-wing wokeness is far more important to him than the American people's actual safety and freedom. It's disgusting. And I hope you all remember this in November of next year.